My name is Luba. This is my first year here at UC Berkeley. I'm a transfer student from Berkeley Community College. I am studying applied mathematics, and which is funny because I grew up with math being my worst subject. So math originally was something that was forced on me. With that, I didn't like math always. It wasn't always something that I enjoyed. Originally, math was something that I was very bad at, and it did cause me a lot of stress. Math was a puzzle for me, and it was first something that I thought, well, it's more of a mechanical thing. It's something that I could do to solve. And even then, it was like a challenge. It was pressuring, it was stress-invoking. I found beauty in it, and it helped me define the world for myself. The stress would get to me, and whenever you're learning under intense stress environment, it's it's basically impossible to interpret information, which is kind of what I feel like a lot of UC Berkeley students have to deal with. You let the pressure and stress get to you, you might as well, I don't know, it's like giving up. The stress getting to me means I get overwhelmed at everything. I could reread and reread something and not understand it because I feel like I'm incapable of it. I think the outcome of success versus the outcome of failure. And this is something that Vitaly taught me actually, where if I imagine myself failing, which I have all the time during a test, I show up to the test, even if I know all the answers in my head, I just give up kind of. It's like I'll get an F because I thought a failure. And this kind of loads me up with negative emotions, and I end up not doing the best as I really could. I would, have better potential. And this is something that Vitaly had been teaching me. I have that confidence kind of. If you have that sort of imagination of, you can do it, you're not doomed to failure, things will turn out better, and it has for me. There's a little voice in your head sometimes that builds up, and you can't suppress it. That's kind of like already priming your brain for saying, I know you don't believe me, but I want you to think that you're going to do well. If I think I'm going to fail, and I'm already experiencing these emotions, it's just my reality. But if I, think positively, it already starts helping me, primes me for thinking, well, this is easy. And a lot with math is confidence. The best way to get over that is by saying, I can do this. If anyone can do this, I can do this. And it's something that Vitaly taught me too. Vitaly always had this philosophy of, have this positive energy, right? And that kind of slowly throughout the years just made him into a happier man, I think. It made him more calm, docile, and it made him happier, I think. I started using this thinking, I can do it too. If they could do it, I could do it. And every day, whenever I had this negative emotion saying, you're not going to do well, whatever, I just let myself, slap that away, and I start thinking, you know what? If they're here, I could be here too. Where I would wake up and a brick of stress would just follow me. I wish I could go back to sleep, and I wouldn't eat, and just every day was like a living hell. And something that Vitaly taught me that really helped me actually, made me become a better person, was just kind of not thinking it's the end of the world. Like the specific thing that is blocking me isn't everything. There's other elements to life than that. When I had my panic attacks was the breathing exercises, where he would advise me to breathe in for a few seconds, hold it, and slowly let it go. And this did clear my thoughts. UC Berkeley is a very tense, competitive place. And you have all these students taking notes and being, very into the work and what they're learning. What is human happiness? What is, a relative definition? And does money make you happy? What makes you happy, and why does it make you happy? It allows us to decide for ourselves what happiness is. And a lot of what human happiness is a good mental state, because it's all a lot about being mindful and being connected to your body. I've been doing these exercises enough to the point it's like a muscle that I've developed. I just stop myself from doing it. And I am very positive with, I feel like I could do it. And I think that's the most important thing. I am able to change if I'm the master of my own mind, right? I'm able to change the way I do things, perceive things, just by thinking it, training myself with Vitaly's advice to I'm priming myself for stress, to be stress-free. And that is by having positive thoughts, the meditations, the breathing exercises, and that just those little components, 3 things, although they don't seem like much, if I put them into practice every day, and they definitely help me. And I feel, even though I feel overwhelmed at least, I do not feel stressed out, which is good.